So I'm going to expose like a little bit of my thought process here. So what I'm creating here is a movie generator app. So I want the user to input a prompt of what exactly I want to see uh, in my little short film. And then I also want to provide it a movie to stylize it from. So like I want something for instance, I want to create something in the style of Indiana Jones, or I want to create something in the style of Inside Out, or I want to create something in the style of Studio Ghibli. That is what we're going to do. So the first thing I just started off with, I just said create a simple, modern, dark Next.js web app UI for this. And we're going to like list our inputs. So it's going to be the video prompt and the inspiration film. So you can see like this is what we have for our entire web app. So we have our video that's going to show up here, as well as our two prompts. So we have video prompt and inspiration film. So you can see I was like kind of yelling at it a little bit. There was like some moments where it was frustrating me. So I wanted to get rid of the title. Um, but you can literally just tell it exactly what to do. So the most creative, but I would say like the most like lift part of all of this is that you have to actually find the models that you want to use. So in this case, what I'm doing is taking text to image to video. So I'm going to take the user's text prompt that they provide in video prompt and inspiration film and create a starter image for the video to start from. That's going to be like the first frame. And then I'm going to pass that image that I create to a video model that will generate video for me. So one of the best image models I've found, especially for anything that requires like maybe IP or like, we're dealing with movies here. So I've actually been able to find that Google's Imagen 3 model, which is on our platform, is able to handle things that like are movies or like books or like anything that can really represent the style of something. So like movies, we can go up to, I'll show you, that's just a preview of what you'll be seeing, but we have Google Imagen 3. This is a beautiful model. It's very fast. It's very capable. You can see like this is the sample prompt that we showcase on the model page for Google Imagen 3. And it's able to create a strawberry hummingbird, which is very cool. But this is the model that I'm going to be using to transform the user's um, video prompt into a starter image. So we can take a look at, let's see, we can take a look at, let's go back to V0 right here. So what I'm asking it to do is, first of all, create the API endpoints that I need to be able to create this app. So I'll show you in the code here. We have two API endpoints, and I'll just sort of structure this like maybe we're intro to Next.js or React, but essentially what we'll have is a front end, which is our components. We have a movie generator component, which is actually rendering what you see on the front end right here. So this is what's showcasing the actual video that we're going to be seeing. And then we have our API endpoints. So you can see in the actual code, let's see, can I zoom in? I'll just highlight. We have step one, which is generate image. So what we're doing first is taking the user's video prompt and creating a image with this. So we're taking, again, remember we had a video prompt and an inspiration film for our two text prompts. And we're passing that into our API endpoint, which is generate image. So let's go ahead and go into generate image here. This is our API endpoint, which uses the replicate model that we have right here. And actually, this should be version 6, which is the same thing. So generate image, what we're doing here is taking our Google Imagen 3 model. You can see right here, that's what we're using. And we're also taking in our input, which we have constructed right here. So you can see this is what I'm constructing. I'm prompt engineering a little bit, my prompt that I want to provide to Google Imagen 3. So I take the video prompt and then I say, comma, in the style of the film, inspiration film. So for instance, it would be like, I've been using a duck walking in the mall. comma, in the style of the film Indiana Jones. That's sort of how you would construct the prompt that's you're passing into Google Imagen 3. With Replicate, you will, it's a typical client. You're going to have an API token, which you'll go on the platform. I can show you, we have API tokens. You'll just go in, you'll see some of your API tokens. You can create a token, you'll call it something. So I can say like test one, create a token, and then you can use that, copy your token, and that's how you'll interact with Replicate in your code. Let's see, we'll go back here. So this is what I'm doing right here. I'm creating the Replicate client, and that's how we'll instantiate all of this code. So the next thing you want to do is actually run your prediction. So we'll take our input, which is our video prompt, and also our model, which is Google Imagen 3, and then we create a prediction with that. After we do that, we get our final prediction. This is what I'll return back to the movie generator. And I'll be sharing all of this code with Hugo so that you guys can see it, as well as there's a bunch of really good information in our docs on how to get started with setting up the API and setting up the syntax of it all. It's very, very simple. But just for the sake of time and showing you how all of this works together, we're going to be first getting our image response. So this is, again, what's outputted from Google Imagen 3. So this will be like our starter frame. And now we want to pass this image into our video model. And this will be like the sort of starter frame for our video model. And so you can see right here, we have our image URL that we obtained from Google Imagen 3. And now we're going to generate our video. So we have a generate video API endpoint as well. And again, same thing with the generate video, we're going to be using WAN. So if you remember, I said WAN is a very, very capable video model. Not a lot of people are really talking about it, but it is very, very fast. It's pretty amazing what it can do. The biggest thing is that it's very fast. I really like how fast it is. So in particular, I'm using WAN 2.1 image to video 480p. And we can go on the Replicate platform and I'll show you exactly what the model page looks like. So we have our WAN 2.1 I to V 480p. You can see we pass in a input image and a simple prompt, a woman is talking. And this video in particular was generated in under 40 seconds, which is very, very good for video generation. And you can also customize, all these different parameters. So number of frames, you can do frame rate, frames per second. You can even add LoRa's. So again, like the fine tunes that you create. So maybe you did a Studio Ghibli fine tune, you can add the weights here. And for anyone who's very, very niche and specific about LoRa's, you can even add Civet AI URLs, or you can add Hugging Face URLs as LoRa's into these videos and create very stylized videos. So very cool, very tunable. You can get very, very creative with this whole process. So let's go back to our code here. So again, same thing. We're creating a prediction with this particular model, with this WAN model, getting our prediction ID, and then that will be our finalized output. And this is what we display to the user. So if we go back to our movie generator component, which again is what is demonstrated in the front end, we will be showcasing that video URL in our front end. So that is pretty much it. And again, like I coded this like 2 hours ago, and it's working great. So we can go and see. I'll show you like an example. So I've been doing a duck walking in a mall and inspiration film Inside Out, which I really like that film. So I'm going to hit generate movie and we can go to the Replicate dashboard. So you can see that Imagen 3 is running, and that is from, again, our API call. And you can see instantly we got our first image, which is our keyframe that is going to be sent to the WAN model to start creating our actual film. So we go back to the dashboard Now you can see WAN is running again from the API endpoint that we created. And you can see all of the logs. So again, the WAN model is going to create a video starting with this frame and then output into our web app. And there you go. So we've created a movie generator with two replicate API endpoints that we've chained together for the user to simply just type in a video prompt and an inspiration film. And even V0 added download video sharing. So I didn't even ask it to add that. So again, highly encourage people to use these AI code editors because they're incredibly powerful, and especially with replicate models. Again, that the most difficult but the most fun part is actually discovering the models and chaining them together to make them create value that you never would have thought is possible. So like we've created this movie generator in the span of two hours, a few minutes, and it's doing amazing. I want to see if maybe there's someone in the audience who wants to give a video prompt and an inspiration film.
I would welcome someone. I'm happy to, but I'd prefer someone else to.
Yeah, anyone in the audience.
The first person.
Inspiration film.
Yeah, great. Go, Caleb.
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Ooh, okay, that's a good one. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. And should we keep the same video prompt? Do we want to switch it up or? All right, let's keep the same prompt and see what we can do. So again, let's go back to the replicate dashboard and actually see these APIs at work. So again, you have a very clean dashboard that shows you all of your runs of every single model. So we can hit the image in 3. Okay, pretty interesting. Not very Eternal Sunshine specific. I would want it to be like more kind of like blue or and it is a rubber duck. So with more prompt engineering, again, this was just me saying blank in the style of blank. So you can really get creative and experiment more with the
Try
prompt
something else
engineering.
because I do like Eternal Sunshine, but it's actually full of different styles as a movie itself, right?
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
So Saving Private Ryan.
Oh, okay, yeah. That
But
is definitely very
still a duck in a shopping mall.
a duck in a shopping mall. All right. So we'll have this run. So you can see our WAN model is running. And it's also in our UI showing that in the front end, we're just loading everything up. Oh, that's pretty cool.
Amazing. Oh, wow.
And like there is no prompt engineering with the actual prompt. It's just a duck walking in the mall. But WAN is able to create amazing video on our platform. And, again, it's just 2 API endpoints that we've chained together with Replicate. So let's try saving private Ryan, generate movie. And let's go to our dashboard and see if these APIs are running. So first, again, is the Google Imagen 3 model. And you can see how it's constructed our prompt, a duck walking in a mall in the style of the film Saving Private Ryan. We got some soldiers in the background, I guess. But yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty good. I think it's very fast model, very capable. Let's see. And
to your point, there was no prompt engineering as like this is
right.
This is amazing for a first pass.
Yeah, totally. And again, I coded or not even coded this. I prompted V0 like 2 hours ago to create this demonstration. So it's already amazing what you can do in the span of this is terrible walking, but again with better prompt engineering, this would just instantly get better. It's already amazing what it can do with very, very simple prompts. And this is not even the highest quality WAN model that we serve. This is our 480p model. We even have a WAN 720p. So we have this curated collection of our videos with WAN 2.1. You can explore all of these. We have text to video. We have text to video 480p, 720p. We have image to video 480, image to video 720. And we have WAN with LoRa, so you can create stylized video as well. This particular one has the style of like flat color 2D animation. So you can really, really get creative. We have in painting with WAN, so you can like paint over a certain subject and like get, this is like the famous meme, but they've created a robot from him. So there's like infinite possibilities with not only the models you can create, but like stuff you can build. We really want to see people creating really amazing stuff, replicate really values the community and like what we can do, anything we can do to support builders and get them really inspired to create amazing things. But yeah, again, that was like in the span of just 2 hours of prompting V0 with replicate APIs. Very simple to get started. And yeah, that's pretty much it.